Well, another much-anticipated testimony today. Susan Shabangu, Mineral Resources Minister, at the time of the 2012 Marikana shooting, was on the stand. Ramaphosa, then Lonmin Director, lobbied to get the situation in Marikana labelled as a criminal matter. This in order to have a stronger case to bring in police with more heavy-handed tactics. However, Shabangu says at first she didn't agree with his characterization and that the Labour Department should have been involved to resolve what she believed at this stage was indeed a Labour dispute. She only escalated the matter when more people began dying in that violence. The Commission is investigating the deaths of 44 people during the strike-related unrest at Lonmin's platinum mining operations. Well, Nozim Tombi Mia is our reporter and she's monitoring proceedings at the Commission for us. We're live to her now. Good afternoon, Nozim Tombi, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.
A very good afternoon to you, Kirshni.
Some contradictions today on the central issue of whether Mr. Ramaphosa actually pressured the Minister Shabangu, the former minister, to change her characterization from a Labour dispute to a criminal matter. They did meet a day before. How did she respond to this issue, Nozim Tombi?
Well, Kirshni, Minister Susan Shabangu has denied that there was any political influence from then Lonmin member Cyril Ramaphosa on behalf of her in getting her to characterize the strike situation in Marikana as a criminal element. So she has denied that, and she said that at the time, privately, she did agree with Cyril Ramaphosa that there were criminal elements that had creeped in, but publicly she was only going to say that she stood by her decision, that it was a Labour dispute and that the Labour Department was the correct department to get involved in ensuring that the situation got some sort of a resolution. She said she was waiting to speak to the President on the 15th at the Cabinet briefing to give him a detail about what it is that had happened in Lonmin in that week. She says in a testimony that she felt that by that time on the 15th, the situation had become bigger than her. And she felt she needed to weigh in from the President and also get weigh in from the then Minister of Policing, Nathi Mthethwa. So there certainly has been some level of contradiction between what Susan Shabangu has said today and what Cyril Ramaphosa said about 2 weeks ago when he testified. And he said in an email that he'd sent to Lonmin executives that Susan Shabangu at the time had agreed with him about the characterization, and she's saying today she did not necessarily agree with him.
Nozim Tombi, Dalimpofu really getting his teeth into the former minister today. And interestingly enough, it's as if ghosts of Shabangu's time as police minister coming back to haunt her now. A controversial statement she made during her time as police minister cropped up today.
Yes, undoubtedly. You know, Dalimpofu is one of those advocates that everybody waits in anticipation to hear what he has to say and his line of questioning. And he was allocated the bulk of the cross-examination time, just over 2 hours, to really get into it with Susan Shabangu. And as expected, we saw some flames between the two. There were several heated exchanges between the two, but it really got heated when Advocate Dalimpofu referenced a statement that Susan Shabangu had made when she was Deputy Minister of Policing in 2008, where she addressed a group of police officers saying that they should shoot at criminals. And he was trying to draw a parallel link between what she said about police shooting at criminals and her getting to label the strike unrest in Marikana as a criminal element by saying those statements she made in 2008 followed on to what she then said about characterizing the situation as a criminal element. Therefore, the police should have stepped in and shot at those criminal elements. So it really did raise the ire of the minister, who throughout the course of the day has been pretty sedate in her questioning, at times seeming a little bit confused with some of the line of questioning. But when he made that reference about the statement she made and the fact that she She characterized the situation as a criminal element that really got her back up. And she even made a comment by saying that Dalimpofu's line of questioning really seemed pathetic to her. So it certainly was a heated exchange between the two.
Nazim Tombi, we have just 5 weeks left now before the Commission is expected to wrap up proceedings and hand over recommendations to the presidency. Are we slowly but surely cutting to the heart of what happened on the copy that fateful day?
I think we definitely are cutting to the heart of it. You'll remember that just in the past 2 months, we've had an opportunity to hear testimony from then Minister of Policing, Nathi Mthethwa, and the current Deputy President, Cyril Ramaphosa. And today, the trio is concluded with Susan Shabangu's testimony. And you'll remember that the line of argument by most of the legal attorneys here was that it was between the three of them who it was that sent a directive to the policing, to the Commissioner, Ria Pierga, as to whether or not they should intervene with live ammunition or not. So between the three of them, one of them is most likely to be the person who some of the legal representatives will blame as being the key cause that led to police shooting live ammunition to those striking Marikana, miners. And it certainly is good because we are leading towards the end of the Commission proceedings, the 30th of September. As you'll remember, that is when proceedings are expected to conclude. So we do seem to have had the bulk of the key people that we're expecting to hear testimony from.
The SABC's Nazim Tombi coming to us live from the Farnham Commission of Inquiry. Thank you for your time on the PM News Desk. Well, it's time now for us to take a short break.